Hello, hello everyone. Let me check to see if I am live. There I am. I have some kind of note on my screen though. Let me see if I can get that off. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh. And I have my own voice going at me. Yay! Hello, Marcia. How are you? Happy Monday. I feel like it's been forever since I've been live, but it really hasn't. It's only been a week. We only took last week off. So, which I didn't even end up getting to go to the meeting that I typically go to, which is why we don't have live on the second Monday of the month, because I got sick over the weekend. Very rarely do I miss church unless I'm out of town, and I didn't even go to church. So, hello, Deb. Hello. And then today we're supposed to have really bad weather, so they canceled school except for, for the teachers and the students. So anyway, I ended up taking a day today because I was like, I'm not getting in that weather if it's bad. And then nothing even happened. What? I've been waiting for it all day. And then nothing, which is good because, bad weather is never good, especially when tornadoes and things like that. There was some wind, but not too bad. So in the comments, let me know if you got bad weather where you're at, because I know it did hit some parts of South Carolina pretty bad. But thankfully here in Darlington, we got an easier hit. So, oh, good, Deb. So you had quiet weather too. Yeah, it's crazy where it's hit and where it hasn't. So, hello, Sharon. Was it real bad in Gaston, Sharon? I know when looking at the radar, it was hitting a couple of places that were close to there. So, oh, you were on a previous recording. Well, welcome to the live. It's really hard sometimes to kind of figure it out. Sometimes it goes in other areas, we're talking to the queen of non-techo here. So, there's all kinds of issues that I usually have. So that's good. At times it was, oh, yeah. The wind kind of hit us about, I don't know, maybe an hour-ish ago, but then it stopped like within 5-10 minutes. So, and then you just got rain and wind as well. Hey, Christina, you're from Rome, Georgia. No way. So my entire family, well, on my mom's side, is from Rome, Georgia too. Small world. Y'all got storms and wind and very blessed it wasn't bad. Yeah, because it could have been totally worse for sure. I think it just popped up, Sharon, and told me that you said hello, ladies. So, all right. So welcome. We are going to get started. We have 2 easy, kind of quick cards. What I wanted to feature tonight was the Notes of Spring. This is the product of the month for Stampin' Up! For March. It is so stinking cute. There is a blog post, so make sure you go check that out. It will give the products used as well as the measurements and all of that. So if you want to recreate them, you can. Also, what was the other thing I was going to say? I don't know. I think that was it. You moved there, of all places, you moved to Rome, Georgia from Ohio? Crazy. The land out there, which I know it's grown up a good bit from since when I was a kid and would spend time down there with my grandparents. The land, just the farmland out there was always so pretty. I always liked it. It was very peaceful. And I haven't been there in years because when my grandparents passed away, they sold the house. And so, I do still have a great uncle that lives there. But usually when we go and see family, he would come up and visit, where most of my family's moved now to Jonesboro, or no, I'm sorry, not Jonesboro, Carrollton and Bowden. There we go. They've moved all over the place in Georgia. So I am going to put the camera down onto the table and we'll get to crafting. Oh, really? So where does your husband work? If you want to tell that, you don't have to with it being a public video out there, but you are more than welcome to share where he works. I know there's a lot of businesses now in Rome compared to when I was a child. It was the country of country, like when I was growing up. Oh, I did want to tell you guys, today's the last day to join club. It uses the Nature's Symphony, which is this bundle here. It is really cute, really fun. I stepped outside the box from the catalog and created cards using different colors because I wanted to spring it up a little bit. So if you are interested, there is a link in the description of this video. Make sure I went back and actually put a description. I did not. So it's on the blog post, but I'll go back and add it in here if you're interested in it. Today's the last day to register for it. So if you have questions, feel free to email me. Okay, so let's get to crafting using this Notes of Spring. Let me see if I can get back to, okay, Dalton. Yep, familiar with Dalton. Yep, That is really cool. And Marcia is from Ohio too. So see, it's an even smaller world. You know, in the crafting world, I feel like it just keeps getting smaller and smaller the older I get. For sure. Okay, here is our first card. Let me make sure that I am not cattywampus here. There we go. I think I got it now. So this is going to be our first card. This card is one that I showed as like a reel. This is what we actually made on Saturday in my in-person class, which can also be a to-go class. I mail all of the actual products to you, and then you have to find something to stamp, do all the stamping yourself, which you can use anything you have. But if you're interested in that, let me know. But this was one of the cards we made because I really have fallen in love with the stamp set. It's so cute. And tonight's cards could literally all be turned into baby cards. So, my sister, actually both of my younger sisters are currently pregnant. And so I think I have babies on the brain because I'm thinking of all the things that I'm going to need to get for them. So, and they're both little girls. So our colors are kind of, for this one, are kind of girly like. So, all right, let's start here. And we're gonna take some grid paper. We're gonna grab a blending brush. And I stick some of my blending brushes when I'm doing like lives and stuff and I'm putting them in a packet. I use these little bags to kind of keep the color off of everything else because I'm real good at getting ink everywhere. Really good at that. All right, we're going to take some crumb cake. Now, this is basic beige, but we're going to take crumb cake because crumb cake will make it a little darker. But we're just going to kind of run over our embossed piece because I want the embossing to kind of show, and on the basic beige, it didn't really show as much as I thought it would. So, putting our blending brushes to use will allow that color to kind of pop. And not the color, the embossing to pop a little bit. Okay, perfect. There we go. So I've got that. You don't have to do all the way down because we're going to cover that up with paper. And then we're going to take all of our other little pieces here. And I'm just going to leave the grid paper here for a second. We're going to set that aside. I cut a square, 2 of them actually, one from Petal Pink and then one from Basic White. And I did it's from the Joyful Squares, but it's like a frame piece. It's in my embossing machine at the moment, But that's what I did here. Did the frame as petal pink and then did the inside as basic white. So we're gonna stamp on this piece, and we're gonna stamp the bunny first. We're gonna stamp it in pecan pie, or pecan pie, however you want to officially say it. And then we're just gonna do right about here. Okay, then we're gonna take the inside. They have a solid image for it, or it's more of like a watercolor image almost. We're gonna stamp it off, and then we're gonna stamp it on top like that. Then we're gonna take Flirty Flamingo, and we're gonna color the ear. And it's not gonna look like Flirty Flamingo. See, Flirty Flamingo looks like that. It's not gonna look like it because it's got that pecan in the back, which I felt made it a good little pink there. You could also do the tail if you wanted to do the tail. Okay, now while we've got the pecan pie out, let's go ahead and do our sentiment. We'll put the sentiment the right direction. And then we're gonna stamp down right here, and ta-da. Then we'll close that up so I don't get ink everywhere. And then let's take our soft seafoam, and we're gonna do some grass with it. And it's really kind of, I don't really know what you would call this, but anyway, it's like grass. I'm using it for grass. We're gonna stamp it full strength, and then we're gonna stamp it off. And then we're gonna stamp it at full strength, and then we're gonna stamp it off again. So you can't really see it, but it's enough, okay? Kind of just adds a little bit of extra color in the background. Okay, then once we've got all that, we're gonna take that frame we had, we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna flip over our stamped piece, we're gonna grab some dimensionals, and we're gonna do something a little different with it because I want these two pieces to stay together. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm adding the dimensionals where it will hold those edges together. Okay, and then we'll keep going. The edges of the dimensionals work really well for this. And then we'll do one more right there. Okay, then we are gonna take, and there's our bottom right here. So we're gonna take this piece, and actually, you know what? I think we've got that up high enough, so I think we'll be okay. We're gonna put it on, we'll put this on first and then go in. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna set both those aside. Because you know what I forgot? We have to put the paper on. You know, see? Let's flip this over. Let's put dimensionals on it. We're gonna pop it up. And then I'm gonna show you a trick with that too. I got some tips and tricks tonight for our cards. All right, so then put this on your card front. Maybe if I can get all those off. All right, so we want to make sure we have the blended part up top. All right, so we got that, perfect. Then we are gonna take and actually cut this piece of paper down. And I'm gonna show you, I didn't do it, typically I do, but I didn't do it because I wanted to show you how I cut it. Okay, we're gonna start with, I'm gonna show you the bottom down here because this is kind of where I work. Now, we're gonna take and cut from this corner down. And what I do is I take this piece here and I put it at 1.5. Or did I put it at 1? I think I put it, yeah, it was 1.5, I was right. Then put your cutting blade down at the bottom. You don't want to start where your little point is, otherwise it'll catch it and then rip it even more, and that won't look pretty at all. Now we have our paper at an angle. So it makes it simple and easy, but I usually like that 1 and 1.5 mark for the cut down. I think that's always usually a good angle. Okay, now we're gonna put adhesive on the back, and we're not gonna put it all the way to the edge because we're gonna put dimensionals on the edge. All right, so you're gonna see that when you put this down, you have this area here. Now you can put this down, but it's not gonna really, it's gonna fold a lot. So we're gonna take the edges of our dimensionals and we're gonna line it up on that edge. So we gotta cut some more. And I'm just gonna cut some of them small. This one's gonna go across the bottom. And so will this one. And then this one's gonna go here in the corner. And then we're gonna put that down. Make sure that it covers, it does. Let's go up one more on this side. Like this. All right, then you can take those backs off. And then we will put our paper down. There we go. All right, so now these edges will be solid, and then you'll line it up with the corners and the edge, and then you'll adhere it down. Then we're gonna have one more piece that's gonna do the same thing, okay? So we're gonna do 2 little edges for that one. Since it's a skinnier piece. Oop. It's not wanting to come apart there. All right, so then that one's gonna go here. And that one's gonna go right there. All right, then take those backings off, put some adhesive across the center like that. And then we're gonna stick this on just like that. Okay, then we just need to trim. So we're gonna come here and trim that one off. And we'll come over here. And actually, I'm a lefty, so it's easier for me to trim it on the front. There we go. Okay, now we've got that done. So now we're gonna take our little bunny here, and we're gonna put our bunny down. Kind of like that. And I'm not gonna push on it yet because we need to put this on the underside of it. So I just put a little bit of adhesive, and then we're gonna tuck this underneath like that. Okay, there we go. Next, we're gonna take our sentiment, put some dimensionals on the back, and put it right about here. Ta-da. I've got some twine here. We're gonna take the rest on the roll. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to do a double bow, but we'll see. Nope. So we'll just do a single bow. No big deal. And ta-da. There we go. We'll trim off those tails. Grab a glue dot. And then we are going to tuck it up underneath the edge, just like that. And then the last thing we're gonna do is add this to the inside. You can't forget your piece of white on the inside. Okay, there we go. There is card number 1. And again, you could turn this into a birthday, you could turn it into an Easter card, you could turn it into a baby card, a little girl, whatever you want. So, all right, let's set that one aside, and then let's do our next card, which is this one right here. We did this one as the birthday because I need more birthday cards. I need more for people at work. We do birthday cards for them, so. And we are running out. All right, I'm grabbing all my pieces and all my ink blots. Okay, and then I need this and linen thread. And on this card too, you could do linen thread on it as well. So that would work just as well. All right, so we're gonna grab all of our pieces. And we're gonna start with the card base, folding it in half. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the inside. It'll just be easier for me. Perfect. Okay, then I've already embossed this piece, so we can go ahead and attach that onto, and that's just gonna be popped up with dimensionals. And you could do the embossed side or even the debossed side on this one, because I think that debossed side is just as pretty. And then we'll take all the backings off. All right, okay, so I do have a question. For those of you who are demonstrators, have you taken a look at the new catalog? And will you be broke? I, again, like the online exclusives that they showed. Yes, Deb, I love this embossing folder. And do you know, when I went to go first look for it, I knew I had it, but I couldn't find it. And it was hidden between 2 stamps. 2 stamp sets I have. So I must have used it and then didn't realize it. But if you have seen the new catalog, the cover of it, I know most of us have at least seen the cover of it. I'm super excited about some of the products coming. But I have to say, I'm again in love with the online exclusives. I'm such a sucker for those, for sure. For sure. I think those have been my go-to all along since they started them. All right, we're gonna take some smoky slate. We're gonna stamp our little duck right about here in the center. Then we are gonna take our sentiment and we're gonna stamp that in the smoky slate too. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. Yes and no, I have a list, but wait to see projects. You know, I have to say, there's a couple of sets, Deb, that I'm like, do I like it? I don't know. And then of course, you know, they go and make some cute projects with it, and then we all fall in love. And the next thing you know, we're all buying it. It's usually how it works. Usually how it works. Okay, so next we're gonna do the inside part of the duck. So I'm gonna grab this again. We're gonna do Darling Duckling. Yes. I agree, Christina. There's some really cute things in there. Now I'm drawing a blank on, I'll be honest, I saw a bunch of samples with the little flip-flop shoes, and I was sad when I didn't see it in the catalog. And then I forgot about the online exclusives. And then I was like, oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, now you'll notice that the yellow will cover up the entire beak. So we're just gonna cover over it with our Stampin' Blend. And we're gonna make that pumpkin pie. But there's some flower sets that I'm super excited about in the catalog because I haven't had haven't bought a flower set since the lovely arrangements. I need a couple more because I love them now. Okay, we're gonna take this. I don't think this is intended to be the ground, but we're gonna make it the ground. I think it's actually intended to go into this area on these two stamps, but we just need the duck not to be floating in the air. So we're gonna do one over here. Kind of made it crooked, but that's okay. Then we're gonna do one right about here. Then we're gonna take the little one and we're gonna do up here and kind of like right there, okay? And then that kind of gives our ground. Then next we want to take our linen thread. I'm gonna see if we have enough on this roll. Deb, I did look. The linen thread is still in the catalog. Yay! That's the first thing that I look for. First. All right, we're gonna see if we can get this to wrap around maybe twice. Oh, we can. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take and adhere this down with a little bit of tear and tape. Because there is no reason to waste any linen thread, none at all. And then we can adjust this. Okay, so then now what we can do is take another roll of it. See, I have plenty of linen thread. Oh, okay, so you know when you log in, when you log in under where you can find the catalog. When you find the catalog, keep scrolling down and you will see it. It'll be a PDF and it'll say like online exclusive for May. If you can't find it, just message me, Deb, and I can send it to you by email. So, all right, so we're gonna tie a bow. So I want it to have 3, but again, I didn't want to waste the other linen thread. So that is how we fix that problem. And then we'll cut this one, ta-da. But it's on the same page as the PDF with the, what do you call it? The actual catalog, yes. Oh, the glitter pens, Christina, fantastic, fantastic. I know, Deb, how would I craft? I don't think I would be able to craft without it. I think I would have a heart attack. I probably would have a heart attack. Oh, I would definitely, y'all know I'd be crying. I think I have been using linen thread since before I joined Stampin' Up! In 2015. I think it was probably one of the first products that I bought besides like stamp sets. And I'm not sure, I think I would be lost with it. Because I think it came out maybe right about the time that I was joining or maybe a little before. I can't remember. But yeah, I'd probably be really lost without it. Okay, so again, we're going to put this down, but we're not going to press it down. We're just going to kind of lightly lay it there. We have these, what are they called? See, I don't even know what they're called. Lovely doilies. And I'm going to be honest, I have not really used that many because I haven't really liked them. But I've learned that if I cut it down pretty small and I use the white side, I tend to like them a little bit better. So I'm trying to use them, but I'm going to cut, let's see, we're going to cut from here across. Ta-da. Okay, this I probably won't ever use, so I'm just gonna throw it away. We're just gonna go with that, okay? All right, now I put dimensionals on the edge there, so we should be good to not have to put any adhesive. But if you wanted to put adhesive, I would put it like right here in this little area, just right there, okay? And then you're gonna slide it up underneath. Remember, we didn't press it down. We're gonna just slide it up underneath. And then we're gonna press it like that. And then ta-da. So you've got just a little bit of extra added to your card. And last but not least, we are going to add some of these cute little gems here. Oh, good, I'm glad. Yeah, I think it's very confusing how they do it. I wish they would just put it on the home screen for us. But what do I know, right? What do I know? They used to put it on the home screen for us, and I'm not sure why they changed that, but they did. All right, we're gonna put one here and then one there. Okay, there we go. There is card number 2. And I'm gonna move all of my stuff out the way, and I'll bring all 3 of them in so you can see all 3 cards that I've created using this set. Ta-da, there we go. Let me make sure I'm in the screen there. Okay, there we go. That is it for this week. I have no idea what we're gonna do next week because I've been working on my summer retreat using the garden set. So I don't know. It probably will not be anything brand new. I mean, it'll be something I haven't used already, but I am not sure what it'll be. So we'll find out together this weekend. You know, I think that one's my favorite too. I do like the duck one as well, but I love the deer. I definitely love the deer. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.